Good morning. Jeannie Sovereigns, a licensed practitioner here at Creative Living Fellowship, and welcome to meditation. I would just like to take you at this moment deep inside. So if it feels good to you, take a deep breath in, let it go. Close your eyes. Another breath in. Let everything go prior to this moment, knowing that source energy flows through, in, as each of us now. Hmm. So now I would like you to come back into your body, into your seat. Feel your body just stretch and move, knowing that you are filled with Source, that you breathe in Source, that Source energy has moved through you and continues as you move through Source. And if you're comfortable, you're going to open your eyes, stretch, and know that you are just perfect and beautiful, whole and complete. Thank you for spending this time with me this morning. And in a few moments, service will start. Namaste.
Good morning, and welcome to the Creative Living Fellowship online Sunday service. Please join us in the opening song, Use Me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. All that I'm saying is, command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to our Sunday morning online service. I'm the Reverend Dr. Sherry F. McCreary. I'm the Senior Minister here at Creative Living Fellowship, and it is my pleasure to welcome you here. We are an independent religious science church, and we welcome all paths that lead to truth. Our deepest intention here is to be a community of love, care, and connection. that opens hearts, expands consciousness, and transforms lives. And we do that through the principles and practices of the science of mind. I'd like to give a shout out to our Sunday service team this morning. They are Deb Covington, who is a part of our AV team, and Nicole Jordan, who's our Sunday service director. And she is also, of course, part of our leading our AV team. On tech today, we have Reverend Mary Jane Hyde, who is our tech support for today. And the meditation service was led by practitioner Jeannie Sovereigns. Thank you so much, Jeannie, for the wonderful meditation, beautiful meditation. We thank you very much for your service. And I'd also like to thank Reverend Sally Robbins, who served as our guest speaker last week. She was awesome, and awesome message that she brought. And it was really great to have her here with us, and she'll be back with us again real soon. Let's take a deep breath together right now. And I'll let you know who's holding high watch for us today. They are practitioners Fran Peck and Rhonda Emmerich. And what that means is that they are sitting in meditation, prayerful contemplation, just holding a space for the perfect unfolding of our time together here this day. So I thank Rhonda and Fran for their services today also. Our musical inspiration is favorite friend Orgena Rose. She hasn't been with us in quite a while, and we're so happy that she's back with us again today. So she'll be back, she'll be with us rather a little later in the service. So again, let's take a breath together as we move along. Nicole Jordan is going to bring us our announcements, and following the announcements, there will be a brief gong wash. And after the gong wash, there will be a few moments of silence, and then practitioner Carrie Sherman will bring us our reading and our evocation. But right now, here's Nicole with the announcements.
Good morning, Creative Living Fellowship. It's my pleasure to be here with you this Sunday to bring you today's announcements. Meditation is a great mindfulness practice that helps us to be present in the now. Why not join us for midday meditation on Facebook and YouTube to start or support your meditation practice? Midday meditation is at noon, Monday through Friday. We also have a 20-minute pre-service meditation on Sundays at 9:35 a.m. Join us for any of these meditations through our Facebook and YouTube live streams and in Zoom. Every Monday evening, join Reverend Jorge and dive deep into the heart of practicing science of mind principles. Say yes to this weekly invitation to apply Sunday messages and lessons to your day-to-day life. Using the practices of contemplation, prayer, and introspection, open up to see beyond your boundaries, self-interest, and transform your consciousness. You can participate in Monday practice with Reverend Jorge through our Facebook and YouTube live streams at 6:30 p.m. Make sure to use the comments to say hi. Stay connected and supported with your CLF family and join Reverend Sherry every Tuesday as she hosts a Community Care Connection Zoom meeting at 6:30 p.m. This week, Reverend Sherry will be leading us in Life's Purpose Visioning. This is a powerful process that reveals more the more you do it. Visioning is a spiritual practice that aligns you to possibilities for your life. Join us this Tuesday and open up, surrender, and catch God's vision for your life. We look forward to seeing you then. This Friday, August 6th at 5 p.m. is Quantum Chair Yoga and Meditation with Reverend Christopher Guru Karam Gallagher. Every first Friday of each month, join Reverend Christopher for powerful Kundalini yoga practices and meditation. The Ernest Holmes Book Study is starting a new book, Effective Prayer, this Saturday, August 7th, from 10 a.m. to noon. No longer is there any question or doubt that prayer can change things. There is no aspect of life that it cannot affect. In Effective Prayer, Ernest Holmes reminds us time and time again that prayer is not for God, but for the one praying. God is not a candy dispenser giving us a treat here and a treat there. God is good itself and all of God's good has already been given to us. We just have to align ourselves and let it flow through us and as us. This book is a practical application book that gives you ideas to contemplate as well as implement in your everyday life. Sign up today. Reverend Sherry will be leading a CLF community visioning on Sunday, August 15th, following Sunday service at 11:30 a.m. Creative Living Fellowship is a divine idea in the mind of God. That idea is seeking to be revealed to and expressed through each of us in the CLF community as we continue to expand and move forward. When we engage in the spiritual practice of visioning together, we open up to make ourselves available to catch God's idea or vision for Creative Living Fellowship, and we develop a greater sense of community, our role in it, and our connection to the whole. The entire CLF community is therefore invited and encouraged to be a part of this community visioning to learn how God wants to show up through us and as Creative Living Fellowship. Are you interested in what it means to be a CLF member? Do you already know that you want to be a member? Or do you want to reactivate your membership? Well, then join us for our new member orientation on Sunday, August 22nd at 11:30 a.m. Attending the orientation does not automatically make you a member, nor are you committed to becoming a member. But you cannot become a member without participating in the new member orientation. So make sure to sign up today. Remember, you can use text to give to make your contributions to CLF. Simply text the amount you'd like to give to 602-610-1868. If it's your first time donating by text, you'll be sent a link to set up your account. And then after that, it's as easy as texting the amount you'd like to tithe to 602-610-1868. And CLF is a tithing church, which means that we tithe off of your donations. And our 2021 third quarter tithes are going to Child Crisis Arizona, providing children and youth in Arizona a safe environment. And speaking of those quarterly tithes, we're always looking for more nonprofits to send our quarterly tithes to. So if you have a nonprofit that you would like to nominate, please use the link found in the comments to submit your recommendation. And as always, here's a reminder that we have a new mailing address. You can also find this address on your website, or on our website, not your website, posted on our Facebook page and in our weekly email. Our Sunday prayer room is available to you after service today. Get your after service prayer with a practitioner by heading on over to the Zoom using the link provided in the comments. Prayer room participants are transferred into a private breakout room for a confidential session with one of our licensed practitioners. And after service, we have Sunday fellowship too. Join us in Zoom and hang out, discuss the service, what's on your mind or heart, and connect with your CLF family. If you're in Zoom with us right now in Sunday service, all you need to do is stay where you are. Otherwise, use the link provided in the comments or on our events page on our website or under our Facebook events. And also you can find it in your weekly newsletter. One final announcement. Although we had a target date of August 8th to return to in-person Sunday services, our plans have been delayed, and CLF will not be resuming in-person services on that date. We will continue to follow our online Sunday service schedule for a brief time longer. Please continue to join us for our online Sunday services each week and stay tuned for further updates. And now it is time to move on to our gong wash, followed by a moment of silence.
Good morning. This morning's reading is entitled More Loving in My Heart. It's by Howard Thurman from his book, For the Inward Journey. I want to be more loving in my heart. I want to be more loving. Often there are good and sufficient reasons for exercising what seems a clean, direct resentment. Again and again, I find it hard to hold in check the sharp retort, the biting comeback, when it seems that someone has done violence to my self-respect and decent regard. How natural it seems to give as good as I get, to take nothing lying down, to announce to all and sundry in 1,000 ways that no one can run over me and get away with it. All this is a part of the thicket in which my heart gets caught again and again. Deep within me, I want to be more loving, to glow with a warmth that will take the chill off the room, which I share with those whose lives touch mine in the traffic of my goings and comings. I want to be more loving. I want to be more loving in my heart. It is often easy to have the idea in mind, the plan to be more loving, to see it with my mind and give assent to the thought of being loving. This is crystal clear, but I want to be more loving in my heart. I must feel like loving. I must ease the tension in my heart that ejects the sharp barb, the stinging word. I want to be more loving in my heart, that with unconscious awareness and deliberate intent, I shall be a kind, a gracious human being. Thus, those who walk the way with me may find it easier to love, to be more gracious because of the love of God, which is increasingly expressed in my living. I want to be more loving in my heart. Join me in prayer. I want to be more loving in my heart, and I know and recognize that there is only one heart. There is only one truth, there is only one life, there is only one power. That is the life of the divine, that is the one, that is divine love. I am part of that essence. I am one with the truth, the essence, that light that shines within all things is shining within me right here and right now in this moment. As I turn within and pull forth from me and recognize who and whose I am divine love. I am more loving in my heart as I allow the divine characteristics that are my divine nature to be more fully expressed through me as me. And as I speak my word this morning, I know that for all those gathered here, all those within the sound of my voice and beyond, I sense the recognition and claim and affirm the realization, the rapture in the moment of knowing that each one of our hearts is the heart of divine love. Here and now in this moment, I choose to be loving in my heart, to be that kind, gracious human being in the reading, to express my divine nature. And I accept for all those who join me in choosing love today, a shift in consciousness, a more wonderful way of being and living is expressed through everyone. That light that shines forth throughout the world is getting brighter and brighter. I'm so, so very grateful. So very grateful for Creative Living Fellowship, the wonderful opportunity to be together this morning in fellowship and in a higher consciousness, expressing in a higher level of being, just by hearing the divine words that are spoken by Reverend Sherry, through the fabulous music, through the consciousness of the volunteers and all those that partake in this service. I'm so very grateful. Thank you, God. And I release my word now into the universal law of the one. It is always in motion, and therefore my impress upon it, my words of power have already been heard and have already been made manifest on this earth plane. And I rest in the knowing that divine love is all there is, and it is always present, even right here and right now in this moment. And so I let it be. And so it is. Amen. And it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our musical guest this morning, Orgena Rose.
Hello, CLF. Orgena Rose here, and it is so good to be with you today. It is so good to be connected heart to heart and soul to soul again. It's been quite a long time, and I'm so honored to be with you again. Today, I love the message of stop, look, and listen. And I'll be sharing an old favorite that many of you may know, and it'll take you back for a bit. And then I'll also be sharing one of my favorites that I've written, that when you are talking about stop, looking, and listening, it's the first step, and that is to be still. Be still and know I am God. Be still inside. Be still and know you are loved always. Be still and know I am God. Be still inside. Be still and know you are in divine hands. And don't you worry, and don't you cry, and don't you wonder, 'cause I am right here. Be still and know I am God. Be still inside. Be still and know you are loved always. And don't you worry, and don't you cry, and don't you wonder, 'cause I'm right here. Be still and know I am God. And Be still inside. Be still and know you are loved always. Be still and know I am God. Be still inside. Be still and know you are in divine hands. Be still.
Wow. Thank you so much, Orgena Rose. How wonderful, how beautiful. Be still and know. Let's breathe that in. That's so wonderful this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are moving into this new month of August. August 1st is today. And I will make my usual spiel and say, can you believe it's August already? Can you believe that we're in a new month already? Can you believe that we are more than halfway through this year, almost 3/4 of the way through this year? Yes, that's true. And because we are into a new month, we have a new theme this month. And our theme this month is the kindness factor. The kindness factor. Yes, the kindness factor. That is a factor that we really need in our lives right now. That is a factor that we really need in this world right now. Kindness. Kindness being defined as a quality of generosity, of being considerate, of being loving, of being compassionate. Kindness. We need to see more and more and more of that in our lives today, in our world today. Kindness. We need to be kindness itself in our lives and in our world today. And so today, my topic is stop, look, listen. Stop, look, listen. And just a couple more words about kindness. You know, kindness, science has now shown that kindness has an impact on our health. It has an impact on our immune system. It enhances our immune system and it improves heart health. It also has an impact on the immune system of the person to whom we are extending kindness. It also has an impact on the immune system of people who observe kindness, who observe acts of kindness. It has a threefold impact. I think that's pretty awesome. It improves our immune system when we are practicing kindness and expressing kindness. It improves the immune system of the person to whom we are expressing kindness. And it improves the immune system of someone observing that. I think that's pretty powerful. That is pretty powerful. And I think that it's so important for us to be aware of it in our lives because that means that it's all around us. It's all around us. And one of the health benefits, one of the powerful things that kindness does, it releases, it helps to release a hormone called the love hormone of oxytocin. And what that does is it makes us more loving and makes us more, it reduces stress. It makes us more open and available. It just makes us more loving. And that reading, to be more loving in our hearts, I want to be more loving in my heart. It's just a powerful, powerful reading. And it just shows us that kindness and love go hand in hand. Love and kindness. Love requires kindness. Kindness requires love. You can't have one without the other. And so I invite you to just be in that place of generosity, be in that place of openness, be in that place of compassion, be in that place of being considerate, being in that place of oneness, because you know what kindness does is it heals that sense of separation. We can't be kind and separate too. We can't be kind and separate too. Kindness is unity. It requires unity. It requires us to have togetherness. It requires us to recognize our oneness with another person and our oneness with ourselves, because sometimes, you know, we even separate from ourselves. And so what we just want to do is not only set our intention to express kindness set our intention to be kind, but set our intention to be kindness itself, to be kindness itself, so that when someone sees us, they see kindness. They know what kindness is just by being in our presence, because that's who we are. So just set your intention to allow kindness to be who you be. Who you be in the world is kindness. When someone sees you, they know what kindness is all about, because that's who you be. And so that's what I'm inviting all of us to do today, to really, throughout this month, really, not only we're starting it this month consciously here, but just living our lives, setting our intention to be kindness itself, to be kindness itself. And so there are three things that are required to really bring that kindness factor into our lives. And that's where the topic comes in. The first thing is to stop. The first thing is to stop. When we stop, that means be still. And as that beautiful song was saying, as that Orgena was singing, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. When we do that, when we stop, when we be still, then that brings us back to God. When we be still, then that brings us to that place where we can take a breath and then just allow ourselves to be open and receptive to that one power, that one presence, that one mind, that one life, that one essence that is our very life. And when we can be still and return unto that one, then that's when we are in that place where kindness is who we be. That is that we are in that place where love is who we be. But we have to remember over and over again to stop. We have to remember over and over again to be still. We have to remember over and over again to return unto God, as I constantly say. We have to remember that over and over again. Be still and know that I am God. And whenever I hear that, I think of an experience that I had, and I've shared this with you before, but I'll share it again. That whole essence of be still and know that I am God. When I lived in California some years ago, I was going through an experience with someone that was a difficult time, and it was a little difficult to be kindness, and it was sort of hard to just be centered, to be anchored. And I was very, very disturbed by this issue that was going on with me and this other person. And so one day I decided that I was just going to change my bedroom around, and I was going to go out and buy a brand new comforter and buy new bedding and all that. And that was going to really make me feel better. And so I was on my way I was on the freeway. I was on my way to Macy's to buy a new comforter for my bed. And as I was driving down the freeway, I saw a big sign that I see every time I would go down that freeway. It said Ross Stores. And I had never been in a Ross store before. And I was just compelled to go to that Ross store. So I was a little irritated with myself, because I couldn't figure out, well, why are you going to Ross? You want to go get the comforter, you want to go back home, you want to fix the bedroom. But I went anyway. I got off the freeway and I went into Ross, and I looked at the comforters. I didn't see anything I liked in there. And I walked to the back of the store, and one of the employees had just brought out all these different wall hangings and plaques and different things, and put them on a shelf. And the last one there sticking up was one that said, be still and know that I am God. And I stopped dead in my tracks. I stopped, and it said, be still and know that I am God. I tried to ignore it, but my eyes were glued to it. And I knew instantly that was the reason I had gone into Ross. That was the reason the Spirit had guided me into Ross. That was the reason that I was going looking for a comforter. And here's this sign that says, be still and know that I am God. And obviously I bought it and I went back home. I didn't need to go to Ross then. I had the comforter that I had left home looking for. And so I took that sign home and I put it on the wall right across from my bed, so that when I opened my eyes in the morning, I would see it. And everywhere that I have lived since then, it hangs on the wall across from my bed, so that when I open my eyes in the morning and turn my head slightly to the right, it's hanging right there. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. And do you know that just having that comforter there in my bedroom, having that comforter with me all the time to remind me to be still, to remind me to stop, allowed me to release the stinging barb that the reading talked about. It allowed me to move away from that place of irritation and judgment and criticism and separation from this person with whom I had been having a challenge. It allowed me to let go of the thicket. That's what one of my favorite words, as you know, that Howard Thurman uses is thicket. I love that word, thicket. My heart had gotten caught in the thicket of the disagreement that we were having, of judgment, the thicket of judgment and criticism, and what was I going to say next, and what was she going to do next, and all that stuff that we get caught up in, the thicket in which our hearts get caught. I was in it. I was in it without even realizing it. And then once I stopped, and I became still, and I heard the words, "Be still and know that I am God," then it allowed me to just take a breath and just release. It allowed me to take a breath and just let go. It allowed me to return unto God. It allowed me to return unto my center. It allowed me to let go of that sense of separation. It didn't mean that the relationship changed in any way, but it changed within me. My heart changed. I became more loving in my heart. I became more open in my heart. And that's the important thing. And so as a result, I was able to really not only practice kindness, but to be kindness with regard to this other person. I was able to be kindness, even though it wasn't returned. And that's not what it's all about. We aren't looking for anything in return. We're just being who we are. We're just being what we were created to be, and that is love. We're just being love. When we're being kindness, we're being love. We're being love. And as the reading says, I want to be more loving in my heart. I want to be more loving so that I want to glow with a warmth that takes the chill off a room. Isn't that awesome? I want to glow with a warmth that takes the chill off a room. And that's what releasing that irritation, releasing that criticism, releasing that judgment, releasing all that blame, releasing all that stuff, that thicket in which my heart had gotten caught. That's what that did for me. It allowed me to glow with the warmth that took the chill off the room. It allowed me to glow with that. And I remember that. And that is always my goal. That is always what I'm seeking. That is always what I'm open to. That is always my intention. To glow with the warmth that takes the chill off the room just by being kindness itself. And so that's what I'm inviting you to do. And so stopping, being still, knowing that the ground upon which you stand is holy ground. And when you know that for yourself, you know that the ground upon which anybody stands is holy ground. And when we recognize that, then we recognize our oneness. We recognize there's only one ground, and everywhere God is. And so the ground that everybody stands on is holy ground. And when we recognize that, then we can start to act like we are all standing on holy ground. We are all standing on holy ground. So that when we stop, we come to recognize that. And then that's when we get to the second prong, and that is look. Look around. Look. Everybody wants to be seen. That's what every person wants, to be seen for who they really are. And sometimes the way people act, you would be surprised to know that what they really want is to be seen for who they really are, not for what they do, not for the way they act, but for who they really are deep within. And sometimes people have to act out in order to be seen, so they think. But what we want to do is to be able to look beyond the eyes. We want to look people in the eye. That's one of the things that masking gave us the opportunity to do this past year and a half that we don't always do, is looking people in the eye. But we want to look people in the eye and then look beyond the eye to the person that they were created to be, to who they really are, to that authentic person. Because we want people to look that way for us. Stop and look beyond the appearance. Stop and look beyond the words that they speak. Stop and look beyond the fact that they're not a part of our tribe. because it's easy to be kind to those who are part of our tribe. It's easy to be kind to people we like. It's easy to be kind to people who believe the same things that we do. It's easy to be kind to people who say the things we like to hear. It's easy to be kind to those, but what about those people who say things that really get on your last nerve? It's not as easy to be kind. It's not as easy to be kind. And that's when we really have to take a deep breath. We really have to step back. We really have to return to that place of oneness, so that we can be anchored in the truth that we know, that there is only one life, that there is only one life. And when we are looking beyond the odds, we are looking to see God everywhere. God is everywhere present. There's as much God in that person that we are not wanting to deal with or not particularly liking as there is any place. The allness and the fullness of God is everywhere we look. The allness and the fullness of God is everywhere we look. And so it's our role to look beyond. It's our role to see God in everything. We used to sing that song as a congregation song at Creative Living Fellowship. I see God in everything. And so I'm inviting you, look for God in everything. Look for God in every situation. Look for God in every person. See God everywhere. Look beyond the appearances. Look beyond the appearances. Don't judge people by the appearance. Don't judge them by the way they act. And that doesn't mean that we allow people to be abusive, or we allow people to be in relationship with us if we are in disagreement with that. It just means that our hearts are open, that we are continuing to be more loving in our hearts, even as we decide, I don't want to be a part of this person's life or have to be a part of mine. But not from a place of closed-heartedness, but from a place of choice, from a place of conscious choice. I'm loving in my heart, and I'm making this conscious choice. I'm loving in my heart because I'm loving me too. I'm loving me and I'm loving you. And I can love you and be kind while we are not together, while we are separate, while we are not connected with each other on the physical plane, So I'm inviting you to look beyond the appearance, look beyond the actions, look and see God everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And then the third prong, of course, is listen. Listen to our inner GPS system. We all have an inner GPS system. Listen to that inner GPS system. It will tell us what to do. It will show us what to do. It will guide us to take whatever action we need to take. It will guide us to those things that reveal kindness. It will guide us in how to act with others. It will guide us. It will guide us. It will show us. It will direct us to what it means to be kindness. To be kindness. Whenever I think about kindness, I think about, we used to talk a lot about random acts of kindness. I say, be intentional kindness. Be intentional kindness. I think I talked once about be premeditated kindness. Premeditated kindness. When we have set our intention to be kind and to be kindness itself, we are premeditated kindness. So we are open to just being whatever it is God wants us to do, however it is God wants us to be, whatever it is God guides us to, whatever action God guides us to take. I'm thinking all of a sudden about a time that I was in Costco one day, and I was in, this is before COVID, of course, and I was pushing a cart down a narrow aisle, and there was a woman approaching me riding a cart, and we couldn't pass each other. So I backed up to let her by so that she wouldn't have to back up the cart that she was riding. I just backed up and went down another aisle and let her by. And she thanked me and she went on. And a few seconds, it seems later, she came back around to where I was standing in the aisle. And she said, I came back because you were so kind to let me through that aisle, that God told me to come back and bless you. And she was wearing a scarf. She took it off and she put it around my neck. And she said, I make these scarves and I always bless them. And God told me to bring this scarf back to you and to bless you with this because you have been so kind to me today. I was honored. I was floored. I was so moved and so touched by that because all I did was to just move my cart back so that she could get through the aisle. But that was really meaningful to her. That was really meaningful to her. It never occurred to me to not let her through, but it was a big thing to her. And she followed her inner GPS system and came back around and found me and brought that scarf and listened to that inner guidance and put that scarf around my neck. And then she said, God bless you. And then she left. That's how we follow premeditated kindness. That wasn't something that a random act of kindness. It wasn't random because God was guiding her. God was directing her, and she had to be kindness herself, be kindness itself, in order to extend that kindness to me, in order to hear that guidance that she was getting, in order to follow that guidance that she was getting. And so that's what I'm inviting you to do today. Set your intention to be kindness and then practice premeditated kindness. Practice intentional kindness. Have the courage. Sometimes it takes courage to do that. Sometimes it takes courage to do that because it means stepping out of our comfort zone sometimes. Howard Thurman says it takes courage to strike out on a path I've not trod before. It takes courage. If you haven't tried a particular path before, try it. It takes courage. It takes strength sometimes because sometimes people don't receive it in the way that we intended. They don't receive it. They don't want it, whatever kindness we are extending. And that's fine because that has nothing to do with who we be. That has nothing to do with who we be. So set your intention to be kindness this day. Stop. Be still and know that I am God. Look beyond the appearances to the truth that there's only one life and one power and one presence, one God, one mind, one being. And then listen to that inner GPS. It never fails. It never fails. It always guides us. It always knows where we are. It always knows who we are. It always knows how to get where we need to go. It always knows whatever it is we need to know. And it's always guiding us and directing us. It's always guiding us and directing us to be the highest and the best that we can possibly be, to be that which we were created to be. We were created to be kindness. We were created to be love. We were created to be those revealers and delivery systems of God's love. And so that's what I'm inviting you today to do. Be kindness. Be kindness. Be kindness. Let's take a breath and turn within in this moment. And so just knowing and sensing and feeling that presence of God that is deep within each of us, knowing and sensing and feeling that presence of love that is deep within each of us, just knowing and sensing and feeling that which is inexhaustible, that which is infinite, that which is all there is, that which we call God, that which we call divine mind, that which we call divine intelligence, that which we call nothing at all. But just knowing that this source of our being is that within which I live and move and have my being as it lives and moves and has its being in me and in each of us. And so just knowing this truth, that it is that from which we can never be separate. Knowing this truth, I speak a word for each of us, speaking the word of kindness. Knowing that we are each created in the image and likeness and out of God itself. We are each created in an image and likeness and out of love itself. And love is kindness. It begets kindness. And so as we open our hearts and become more loving in our hearts, we release the stinging barb. We release anything that would block. We release anything that would hinder. We release anything that would be unlike that pure love. That would be unlike that pure love. That would be unlike pure love itself. We release it, we let it go. And we open ourselves up to that being that is love. And that love extends out from us, out into the universe, into all with whom we come in contact. Knowing that love heals. It heals our sense of separation. It heals our sense of separation from God. It heals our sense of separation from each other. It heals our sense of separation. And it moves us into that place of oneness. And as we're in this place of oneness, all things are made new. There's newness and healing in our body temples. Anything that is unlike that loving, healing presence of God is dissolved in anybody. Every organ, cell, tissue, function of everybody is responding to that radiant, healing presence of God. In our bodies of affairs, anything that appears to be lacking, anything that appears to be limited in any way, is released, is dissolved by that perfect presence of God, that is all-consuming presence of God. Everything that is erased, all things are made new by this healing presence of God, by this loving presence. And God, the great comforter, comforts those who have lost loved ones, comforts those who have had loss of any kind. That great healing presence, that great loving presence, the great comforter is constantly saying to each of us, be still and know that I am God. That's all we ever need to know. Be still and know that I am God. And as we do this, healing takes place in our lives and it goes out from us into the world. I bless our government officials, just knowing that they have inner guidance systems, inner GPS systems, and they are following, they're guided to follow that inner GPS system that is guiding them to take actions and make decisions that are for the highest and best. For all. And all things are made new by this inner GPS system guiding everything. This prayer goes out to anyone on this planet needing a prayer this day, knowing that right where each of them is, God is blessing and keeping them. And as I open this circle of prayer, I pause momentarily so that you may speak the names of anyone you'd like held in prayer this day. You may speak their names silently aloud, but you may speak them now. And so for all those whose names were spoken here this day, I know that God is right where each of them is, blessing and keeping them. That healing is happening in each life right now. For God is in the midst. I know indeed that all is well, for I know indeed that all is God. For this, I am so grateful. For this truth, I'm truly thankful. I know indeed that all is well. Thank you, God. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry, for that beautifully powerful message and prayer. Kindness, yes. This is the time we participate in the divine law of giving and receiving by giving of our tithes and our offerings. CLF is a tithing church, and we invite you to join us in this sacred practice by tithing here at CLF. Click the donate link on our website or in the comments in Zoom or on Facebook. You can also use your smartphone to text to give. However you choose to give, we appreciate your continued financial support of CLF. Thank you. And now let's repeat our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. And now let's welcome back Orgena Rose with our offering music.
You're alone all the time. Does it ever puzzle you? Have you asked why you seem to fall in love and out again? Do you ever really love or just pretend? Why fool yourself? Don't be afraid to help yourself. It's never too late to stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Love, love, love. You try, you can't hide all the things you really feel. This time decide that you will open up and let it in. There's no shame in sharing love you feel within. So jump right in, head over heels and fall right in. It's never too late to stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Love, love, love. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Stop. Look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Stop and look and listen. Stop and look and listen. Stop, look, listen to your heart, hear what it's saying. Love.
Wow. Stop, look, listen to your heart. Thank you, Orgena Rose. It's been so wonderful having you here with us today. Yes, I applaud her. Let's take a breath together, just as I have a couple of to share with you. Don't forget that after service today, following immediately after service today, we have fellowship with practitioner Jeannie Sovereigns. I'll be there also, and we'd love to have you join us for community fellowship immediately after service today. So just follow the Zoom links that Nicole told you about. If you're in the Zoom room, I think you stay there. So look forward to seeing you there. Also, don't forget that the Zoom prayer room is open immediately after service also. And there are, now that I'm speaking of prayer, there are other ways to have prayer with the practitioner. That is, you can email a practitioner core at prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com, or you can call an online, no, that's an on-call practitioner. They're on the on-call list by checking out the on-call list in the comment section of the, wherever it is, the comment section. So you can reach practitioners. The important point is, don't walk around with a heavy heart. If you'd like to avail yourself of the services, and I encourage you to do so, of the practitioners, please reach out to a practitioner for prayer. Monday evening, tomorrow night, we have Monday practice with Reverend Jorge. And that is a new feature that we're offering, and it's wonderful on Monday evenings with Reverend Jorge. So I invite you to come out from 6:30 to 7 on Monday evenings to our Facebook page or to our YouTube page, and participate in this service with Reverend Jorge. It is quite magnificent. So that's, again, Monday evenings and Monday practice with Reverend Jorge. And then, of course, we have Tuesday connection time with me. I've been doing this now for the last however many months that we've been out with COVID. But it's really wonderful, Tuesday evening connection meeting. And tomorrow evening, we will be doing Life's Purpose Visioning. So I invite you to come out for that also from 6:30 to 7:45 tomorrow, Life's Purpose Visioning. And exciting, very exciting news, the new Ernest Holmes book study, the new book with Ernest Holmes book study starts again on Saturday, August 7th. The book this time is Effective Prayer by of course, Ernest Holmes. So I invite you to pick up the book and come on out and join Effective Prayer with the Ernest Holmes book study. I look forward to seeing you there. Don't forget to connect with each other. Just saying I love you, I miss you, I can't wait to see you. And it's really going to be sooner than we think, you guys. So can't wait to see all of you. And read, use the treatment for supply. That is our community prayer. And I invite you to continue to use it twice a day, more if you want to, but use it. It really, really works. It's very, very important. And now I will stop talking so we can do our closing song, our release and let go. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. Meanwhile, namaste.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart